The water came and went very quickly here in Middleburgh, but it left a path of destruction hard to imagine. This is what the sanctuary at the Middleburgh Reformed Church looked like just minutes after 8 feet of water had receded.
Heartbreaking, of course. You know, it's unfathomable to see, a place that you've worshiped in and gathered in, and then all of a sudden everything's, torn apart and muddy. And actually, for the first bunch of months, it was just numb. And then when we realized the depth of the destruction, that was when it was really, really hard.
The church was underinsured, and a year later, the congregation is still trying to rebuild. But to say this community is resilient is an understatement.
It sort of counterbalances the devastation, because you feel, it's almost like, why me? But then when you see, this outpouring of affection or help, whatever you want to call it, it definitely makes you feel good.
Frank McKiernan lost everything on the first floor of his home, but he gained countless friends through this disaster, people he didn't know before the storm, but those with generosity he will never forget.
I was a record collector, and I had thousands of albums, and they were all destroyed, really, basically. So my kids would say, but I said, hey, you have things, you go, let it go. It's like George Carlin said, it's only stuff,
Many businesses here in Middleburgh have cleaned up and gotten back in business in the same spot they were before the floods. Others have moved to higher ground, not wanting to tempt fate twice. But there are some folks who've owned local businesses along Main Street who've just given up.
There were times Bruce Becker, the owner of the Middleburgh Telephone Company, felt like the uphill battle may not be worth it.
The road was washed out, and our cables and poles were down.
But millions of dollars in repairs later, the company is nearly back up to full capacity.
But we've been here 115 years. We've done it in the past, but it has not been as bad as this. We've been through ice storms, we've been through snowstorms and that, but we said, this is another chapter in the company that, we'll get through it. It's going to be a struggle, and we are still struggling, but we'll get through it.
It seems here in Middleburgh the recovery is a total grassroots effort. Neighbors helping neighbors until the work is done. It will likely still take many years to even get back to where they were before the floods, but folks here are taking it one step at a time.
You can't get away from it. There's no out of it. It's just through it. So sometimes you just put your head down and go, and sometimes you cry.
But at least they do it together. Jennifer Lukey, CBS 6 News.